क्लास 6 सब्जेक्ट साइंस मतवा हो जाइए। सीविंग, समटाइम्स वी मे विश टू प्रिपेयर ए डिश विद फ्लोर। कभी हम विश करते हैं कि हम आटे से एक डिश बनाएंगे। वी नीड टू रिमूव impurities and brown that may be present in it. What do? We use a sieve and pour the flour into it. Sieving allows the fine flour particles to pass through the holes of the sieve while the bigger impurities remain on the sieve. In a flour mill, impurities like husk and stones are removed from wheat before grinding it. Usually a bag full of wheat is poured on a slanting sieve. The sieving removes pieces of stone, stalk and husk that may still remain with wheat after threshing and winnowing. You may also notice similar sieving is being used at dish construction sites to separate pebbles and stones from sand. Activity 4. Bring a sieve and small quantity of flour from home to the class. Sieve the flour to separate any impurities in it. Now make a fine powder of chalk pieces and mix it with the flour. Can we separate the flour and the powdered chalk by sieving? Sieving is used when components of a mixture have different sizes. Sedimentation, descentation and filtration. Sometimes it may not be possible to separate components of a mixture by winnowing and hand picking. For example, there may be lighter impurities like dust or soil particles in rice or pulses. How are such impurities separated from rice or pulses before cooking? Rice or pulses are usually washed before cooking. When you add water to these impurities, the dust particles get separated. These impurities go into water. What will sink to the bottom of the vessel? Rice or dust. Why have you seen that the vessel is tilted to pour out the dirty water? When the heavier component in a mixture settles after water is added to it, the process is called sedimentation. When the water along with the dust is removed, the process is called descentation. Let us find a few other mixtures that can be separated through sedimentation and descentation. The same principle is used for separating a mixture of two liquids that do not mix with each other. For example, oil and water from the mixture can be separated by this process. If a mixture of such liquids is allowed to stand for some time, they form two separate layers. The component that forms the top layer that can be separated by descentation. Let us again consider a mixture of solid and liquid. After preparing tea, what do you do? Remove the tea leaves. Usually we use strainer to remove tea leaves. Dry descentation. It helps a little, but do you still get a few leaves in your tea? Now pour the tea through a strainer till all the leaves remain in the strainer. This process is called filtration. जब हमें कोई कुछ चाय में से पत्ती को अलग करना होता है तो हम उसके लिए स्ट्रेनर का इस्तेमाल करते हैं. Which method of separating tea leaves from prepared tea is better, descentation or filtration? Let us now consider example of water that we use. To all of us at all times get safe water to drink. Sometimes water supplied through taps may be muddy. The water collected from ponds and rivers may also be muddy, especially after rains. Let us see if we can use some method of separating to remove insoluble impurities like soil from the वाटर. बेटा मुझे उम्मीद है ये टॉपिक आपको समझ आएगा. इसको अपने घर में 1-2 बार रीड कीजिएगा ताकि आपको पूरा समझ आ जाए और आपको पता कौन सी बीमारी आई है जिससे हम जूझ रहे हैं. इससे बचने के लिए हमें अपने घरों में रहना होगा. स्टे होम स्टे सेफ का जो लागू है इसका पालन करना पड़ेगा. अल्लाह आपको खुश रखे, सलामत रखे. अल्लाह हाफिज़.